Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jacob. Welcome back to the debate zone where passion meets fandom and comes together for a very sick community on sports debate. On today's video, I am bringing you my 5 NFL hot takes for the 2024-2025 season. Just a couple of things that I think might occur or definitely will occur, and I'm just going to start it from my more lukewarm, believable ones and move all the way up to the ones where you're going to be shaking your head the moment I say it. So let's get ahead of it without further ado. Okay, so number 5, I'm going to go with a more believable one, something that I think a lot of people could get on board with. Obviously, still relatively hot, but I'm going to take number 5, being Bijan Robinson is going to emerge as the number 1 clear-cut best running back in the league. I think another year under CMC's belt, followed by just the explosiveness and youth of Bijan, is going to make it for a leapfrog, taking that throne from CMC. I think he just has the right offense for that now. I think having an actual QB behind him, which obviously I know some people are going to say, well, it's a running back, but they still catch passes, still have routes ran for them. Better offense means you're going to have more downs. I think his stats are going to be better. Obviously, Christian could definitely still stay as the number 1, but I just feel like another year under his belt, and with how incredible Bijan looked, I definitely think that will occur this year. So number 4, I have something that I think is a hot take. Some people could think it's way hotter, but I think it is a relatively attainable thing. And that is that I have the LA Rams making the NFC Championship. I think there's only one clear-cut, incredible team right now in the NFC, and that is the 49ers. And I think if the Rams can dodge the 49ers, that they have as good a chance of anyone to make the NFC Championship. Right now, the North looks a little shaky. It looks like there's going to be a lot of competition, but no clear-cut ones. We assume it's going to be the Lions, but who knows? Dallas has taken a step back. Philadelphia collapsed last year. There's no one in the South that's really a threat. I just think that it's going to be the Rams versus the 49ers. If they match up before that, I still would take the 49ers, though, but that's my next hot take. Which brings us to number 3. I'm trying to keep this video a little bit faster for you guys. I noticed that, I've had like a 28-minute video and an 18-minute video. I'm in a little bit of a hurry time crunch today, so I'm just going to try to bring a video out for you guys, which is why I'm going faster. But number 3, it's going to be the Jets missing the playoffs entirely. And I actually think, it might even be on record, which would be funny, but I actually thought the Jets had a chance, and I really started to think about it, and it just, yes, if Aaron Rodgers plays 80% as good as he did on his great years on Green Bay, they'll make the playoffs. But I look at the AFC, and I think Mahomes is a lock. Obviously, I shouldn't say Kansas City's a lock. Baltimore is a lock. To me, Cincinnati's a lock. Buffalo's a lock. Miami's a lock. Which leaves about 2 on quote-unquote unlocks. And I think the Chargers have a good chance. Cleveland could easily do it. The Steelers could easily do it. Obviously, there has to be a team to come out of the South, which means Houston or Jacksonville are going to be in. So there's just not enough, in my opinion, spots. And I just don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be, as he said, he's coming off an Achilles tear. He's 40 years old. I think I don't think he gets along with his coach. I think Salah's got issues. I think there's a problem. I think they're unbelievably talented. Definitely could. But I personally have them missing the playoffs as my next hot take. Which brings us to number 2, which I think is going to piss a lot of people off. I'm a Packers fan, so it's going to come off biased. But I have the Bears more likely to miss the playoffs than win the NFC North. And the reason I have this is simple. I don't think I think Caleb Williams is incredible from what he's shown in college and in his first preseason game. He has dynamic weapons. They have a relatively okay defensive team. I don't think they're going to be like a top 3, top 5 defense, but they're solid. They have really good weapons. I don't believe that they're going to be better than the Lions, who a lot of teams forget were like a clear-cut number 2 NFC team last year. I'm not counting the Cowboys because they're the Cowboys. I think the Packers, as much as I'm a fan, are going to be good too. I don't think that's free 2 wins. So I think that they could have, and now with Minnesota tanking, that is basically 2 free wins. But I think it's realistic to say they're going to go 3-3 in the division, possibly even 2-4. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch. But I can honestly see a world where the Detroit Lions and the Packers beat them both times. And I think if this occurs, then they're going to be 2-4, let's say even 3-3 in the division. Might end up being 10-7, maybe even 11-6, but I think Detroit we could be 4-2 in the division at 11-6, 12-7. So I also think it's quite likely an injury happens. Caleb doesn't progress the way they think. Maybe team, now I will say not having enough footage to watch of him could play great for him, right? They don't have any film to watch. But I just think it's more likely that they go 9-8 or 8-9 than I think going 11-6 or 12-5, which is what I think is going to be needed to win the North. My number one hottest take, in my opinion, scorching, because there has been zero signs of this occurring. Putting all off-field things aside, taking away the person from the player, I think number one, my hottest take of the 2024-2025 season, guys, is that Deshaun Watson is going to become a top 10 quarterback again. I think arguably even between the 5 to 10. Do I have any reason behind this? I don't know. It's a gut feeling. I think having a full season under his belt, I think, some of it coming behind him, I just don't understand how he falls off a cliff like that. I think the more time that's away from the allegations and the suit, and more time focused on a football field, I just believe he comes back. I don't know how someone goes from that talented to that horrible without an injury occurring ever. I will say he's got guaranteed money, so he doesn't have to play for a contract. The guy has generational wealth already. But yeah, I think Deshaun Watson is going to take the league by storm. I think Cleveland's going to be a playoff team. I think he'll be like the 8th to 10th to 12th best quarterback, and I think that that is exactly what the Cleveland needed. I do think that was one of the worst trades in history, though. Obviously only shadowed by how horrible the Denver Bronco and Seattle trade was for the Broncos. But that's my top 5 takes, guys. Give me yours in the comments below. Thank you always for watching. Have a great day. And remember, always stay humble. Peace.